A quiet country path stretched beneath the evening sky when Mrs. Eleanor heard faint whimpers behind her. Turning, she gasped. Two muddy puppies stood upright on their hind legs, paws pressed together as if in prayer. Their tiny eyes pleaded desperately. With soft barks, they spun toward the woods, stopping to check if she followed. Something was terribly wrong. What they led her to would touch an entire community and prove that courage and love come in the smallest packages. Before we start, make sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. And really, I'm curious, where are you watching from? Drop your country name in the comments. I love seeing how far our stories travel. The countryside path lay quiet under a fading sunset, the air scented with damp earth and wildflowers. Mrs. Eleanor, a kind-eyed woman in her 70s, walked home from the village market with a wicker basket swinging gently at her side. Her thoughts were on supper and the soft creak of her old porch chair waiting for her. Then a faint whimper drifted through the evening stillness. She stopped, listening. From behind a hedgerow emerged two tiny puppies, their fur muddy and matted. To her astonishment, they rose on their hind legs, front paws pressed together as though in prayer. Eleanor's heart tightened. "Oh, little ones, what's the matter?" she whispered. The pups yipped softly, eyes bright with urgency. One tugged at the hem of her skirt while the other darted a few steps down a narrow trail, then turned back, pleading. Whatever awaited beyond the path clearly couldn't wait until morning. Eleanor hesitated at the trailhead, gripping her basket tighter. The woods ahead were dim, the last orange streaks of sunset fading into deep blue, yet the puppies' insistent whines left no room for doubt. They weren't merely lost, they were leading her. "All right, I'm coming," she murmured, setting her basket down and adjusting her shawl. The pups immediately perked up, tails wagging with relief. They darted a few steps forward, then stopped to glance back, making sure she followed. The narrow path twisted between tall pines and damp ferns. Twigs cracked under Eleanor's careful steps as the cool scent of moss filled the air. Only the soft panting of the puppies and their occasional urgent yips broke the evening hush. Each time she slowed, the braver pup trotted back, tapping her ankle with a tiny paw before racing ahead again. Whatever waited at the end of this shadowed trail clearly demanded her trust and her speed. The trail widened into a small clearing where moonlight pooled like silver water. There, beside a fallen log, lay a larger dog, her coat pale beneath layers of mud. She lifted her head weakly at the sound of footsteps, eyes glassy with exhaustion. A low whimper escaped her throat. The two puppies rushed to her side, licking her ears and nuzzling close. Their tiny bodies trembled as if willing warmth back into their mother. Eleanor's breath caught. The poor animal's back leg was twisted beneath a tangle of rusty wire, likely from an old fence or trap. "Oh, sweetheart." Eleanor knelt, heartbreaking. She could feel the dog's labored breathing and see the raw scrape where the metal bit into her skin. Alone and helpless, this mother had endured pain while her brave little one searched for aid. Eleanor knew she had only moments to bring real help before the night grew colder. Eleanor pulled out her old flip phone, hands trembling. "Please, we need help," she told the local vet's emergency line, giving quick directions to the forest clearing. "A dog is trapped, badly hurt, and two puppies are with her." The operator promised immediate assistance. Eleanor gently stroked the mother dog's head, whispering, "Hold on, sweet girl. Help is coming." The puppies huddled close, their tiny whimpers echoing her urgency. Within minutes, distant flashlight beams flickered through the trees. Two neighbors arrived first, carrying blankets and a sturdy wire cutter. "Over here," Eleanor called softly. Together they worked carefully, one neighbor holding the trembling dog while another clipped away the cruel wire. When the last piece fell free, the mother dog let out a faint sigh and rested her head on Eleanor's knee. The puppies wagged their tails in relief. For the first time all evening, hope warmed the chilly clearing. The rescuers laid the weakened mother on a thick blanket, wrapping her gently as Eleanor kept a calming hand on her head. "She's cold," one neighbor murmured, feeling the shallow rise of her chest. The puppies whimpered and tried to climb onto the blanket, unwilling to leave her side. A distant engine grew louder, the veterinarian's truck bumping along the dirt road. Dr. Patel jumped out with a portable kit, eyes sharp with concern. "We need to move quickly," he said, checking the dog's pulse and injury. "She's lost blood and may be dehydrated." Working as a team, they secured the mother in a soft carrier and bundled the pups close so she could smell them. Eleanor climbed into the truck without hesitation, holding the puppies in her lap. As the headlights cut through the dark woods, every heart in the vehicle beat with the same urgent hope: make it in time. Word of the rescue spread quickly through the small village. By the time Dr. Patel's truck reached the clinic, a handful of neighbors were already waiting with blankets, hot tea, and bags of donated dog food. Curious children clutched stuffed animals, their faces bright with concern. Inside, the mother dog received fluids and antibiotics while the puppies watched from a cozy crate. Eleanor stayed close, offering gentle words and holding tiny paws when the pups grew restless. By morning, the story had reached local social media. More villagers stopped by, bringing soft bedding, toys, and even offers of foster care. The once quiet clinic buzzed like a warm family kitchen. Dr. Patel marveled aloud. It's as if everyone in town has become part of their pack. What began as a single desperate cry for help had united an entire community, proving how compassion can ripple outward in the most unexpected, heartwarming ways. Days turned into weeks and healing replaced fear. The mother dog, now lovingly named Grace, regained strength, her coat shining again under careful grooming. Each morning she greeted Eleanor with a gentle wag, remembering the night her world changed. The two puppies, dubbed Hope and Brave, thrived under the clinic's watchful care. Their once timid whimpers turned into playful barks as they tumbled across soft blankets, tugging on each other's ears. Children from the village visited daily, their laughter filling the recovery room like sunshine. Eleanor never missed a day. She brought fresh vegetables from her garden for the staff and a kind word for every visitor. Whenever she opened the door, Grace and her pups rushed to her, paws tapping with excitement. The little family, once lost and desperate, now radiated trust and joy, living proof of how one courageous act and two tiny messengers could rewrite a life's story. One bright Saturday, the clinic hosted a joyful adoption celebration. Neighbors gathered with flowers and cameras as Grace, Hope, and Brave bounded across the courtyard, their tails wagging like banners of triumph. Laughter and applause filled the air. When it came time to choose forever homes, Eleanor stepped forward with misty eyes. "If they'll have me," she said softly, "I'd love to give Grace and her pups a home together." Cheers erupted as the dogs leapt into her open arms. News of the rescue spread across the county, inspiring donations to shelters and encouraging others to watch for animals in need. What began as two tiny puppies begging for help became a living reminder that courage and love, no matter how small, can transform an entire community.